Altogether, Jesus proclaimed the gospel of the kingdom and cured every disease among the people.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, the Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, "Have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But Jesus did not say a word in answer to her. Jesus' disciples came and asked him, "Send her away, for she keeps calling out after us." He said in reply, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But the woman came and did Jesus homage, saying, "Lord, help me." He said in reply, "It is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs." She said, "Please, Lord, for even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters." Then Jesus said to her in reply, "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And the woman's daughter was healed from that hour. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, one striking thing about our Gospel this Sunday is how the Canaanite woman responded to rejection. And the rejection came from Jesus himself. She approached Jesus, even though she was a Canaanite. That means she does not belong to the house of Israel, to the people of God, to the Jewish people. She was an outsider. But because of dire need for her daughter, she approached Jesus to beg him for the healing of her daughter. And what was the response of Jesus to her? Jesus did not say a word in answer to her. Hindi siya sinagot ni Jesus. Hindi siya pinansin ni Jesus. Dinedma siya ni Jesus. But she did not stop. She followed Jesus. And because of that, the disciples of Jesus said, "Lord, just send her away. Palayasin mo na. Ipagtabuyan mo na. Kasi susunod-sunod siya sa atin." But she persisted. And so Jesus finally said to her, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel." as if Jesus were saying, I am only for the Israelites. You are not an Israelite. So I am not for you. I have nothing to do with you. Wala akong pakialam sa iyo. But the woman still persisted and said, Lord, just please help me. And Jesus said, it is not right to take the food of the children and give it to the dogs. Parang sinasabi niya doon sa babae, para kayong mga aso, hindi dapat sa inyo binibigay ang pagkain na dapat sa mga anak. Parang ininsulto pa ni Jesus yung babae. But the woman still persisted, and because of her persistence and faith, Jesus said, O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done to you as you wish. And her daughter was healed. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, imagine experiencing what this woman experienced. You ask for something and you are ignored. You approach someone and you are not entertained. You make a request and the answer is no. What would you feel? What would you do? Siguro yung iba sa atin magtatampo. Sasama ang loob, magagalit, o kaya lalayo na lang. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga tinatawag natin sa Tagalog na balat sibuyas. People who are very sensitive, people who easily get hurt, people who are easily offended. Pero ang babaeng ito, hindi balat sibuyas. She could have just gone away. She could have been angry, but she persisted. She remained, and Jesus praised her for that. My dear brothers and sisters, this Sunday, we are invited to be like this Canaanite woman. Simple lang naman ang halimbawang ibinibigay niya sa atin. Huwag masyadong maging sensitive. Huwag maging matampuhin. Huwag agad-agad sumasama ang loob. At huwag maging balat sibuyas. Now, Jesus is not saying that we should disregard our feelings. Hindi naman sinasabi ni Jesus na tiisin natin ang pang-aabuso, ang pang-iinsulto, at ang kawalan ng respeto sa atin. But remember, my dear brothers and sisters, there's a difference between getting hurt and being controlled by the hurt. Lahat tayo palaging makakaranas ng nakakasakit sa atin. Pero ano ang ginagawa natin? Hinahayaan ba nating makontrol tayo ng mga bagay na ito? Because in life, my dear brothers and sisters, there will always be rejections, oppositions, insults. Palaging may mga bagay na makakasakit sa atin. Palaging may mga salita na makaka-offend at makaka-insulto sa atin. At sa buhay na ito, palaging may mga pagkakataon na hindi tayo mauunawaan at hindi lahat ng gusto natin makukuha natin. Now, what do we do when those things happen to us? In our first reading today, the Lord tells His people, My house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples. God's house is not only for those who think the way we do. God's house is not only for those who agree with us. God's house is not only for those who behave as we expect them to behave. God's house is for all peoples. And by all peoples, we mean even those who disagree with us, even those we do not like, even those who offend us, even those who hurt us. Kaya talagang bahagi yan ng ating buhay dahil lahat ng ito bahagi ng tahanan ng Diyos. And St. Paul in our second reading today speaks of the Gentiles who are not Israelites. And St. Paul tells them that even the Gentiles receive the call and the gifts of God. God does not give up on anyone, even those outside the chosen race. And because God does not give up on anyone, we should also not give up on anyone. My dear brothers and sisters, what do you do when you are hurt? What do you do when people offend you? What do you do when you are rejected? Are we like this woman who remain, who persist, who persevere? Or do we easily withdraw? Do we talk less to people? Do we just keep grudges? Kapag ba tayo'y nasasaktan, lumalayo na lang tayo, nagtatago, umiiwas, sumasama ang loob at nagtatampo. May mga tao na hindi lang mapagbigyan, nagtatampo agad. May mga tao na hindi lang mapansin, hindi ka lang makapag-reply, sumasama na agad ang loob. Kaya magandang tanungin po ang sarili natin ngayon, matampuhin ba ako? Mabilis bang sumama ang loob ko? Balat sibuyas ba ako? Tandaan po natin, ang mga taong matampuhin, madaling sumuko. Pero ang mga taong may pananampalataya, mananatili, mananalig, at mananampalataya, like the Canaanite woman. I remember when I was still a seminarian, I went to my priest formator, the one in charge of us, to ask permission. Magpapaalam ako dahil gusto ko pong umattend ng 25th ordination anniversary ng aking parish priest sa aming home parish. 1 month pa naman, pero gusto ko nang magpaalam ahead of time dahil yung anniversary ng aking parish priest ay weekday. Ibig sabihin, nasa seminaryo kami at may mga klase kami. Kaya lumapit na ako kay Father at sabi ko, Father, on this date, I wish to ask permission. A-attend po sana ako ng silver anniversary ng aking parish priest. Sabi niya, anong oras yung misa? Sabi ko, 6 o'clock in the evening po. Kung papayagan niyo po ako, aalis po ako after classes. I will not miss my classes that day. Sabi niya, no. Yun lang ang sagot niya, no. Medyo sumama na yung loob ko. Kasi hindi naman ako mamamasyal o kung saan lang pupunta, a-attend ako sa silver anniversary ng isang pari. Pero hindi ako tumigil. I wrote a letter explaining why he should permit me to attend that anniversary. Sabi ko, bata pa po ako, siya na yung parish priest namin. Sa kanya ako nagsimulang maging altar server. Nung pumasok ako sa seminaryo, hinatid pa niya ako sa seminaryo. He also came from this seminary. Ang dami ko ng paliwanag. Nang ibalik sa akin yung letter, nakalagay, permission denied. Dahil doon, talagang sumama na ang loob ko. Sabi ko, yung ibang mga seminarista magpapaalam para bumili ng ganito, pumunta sa ganyan, papayagan. Ako, valid naman yung reason ko, ayaw akong payagan. And so, I felt bad kapag makikita ko yung pare, iniiwasan ko siya. Kapag magkakasalubong kami, liliko ako. At kapag klase namin, kapag siya yung nagtuturo sa amin, tahimik lang ako sa classroom. I do not even look at him. Until the day of the anniversary of my parish priest came. After our morning mass, tinawag ako nung pare, sabi niya, Reggie, kailan nga uli yung anniversary ng parish priest mo? Sabi ko, today po, Father. O, edi pinagdasal mo na ba siya kanina sa misa? Sabi ko, opo, Father, pinagdasal ko na po. Sabi niya, ay, kahit naman hindi ka pumunta doon, matutuloy naman yung celebration, di ba? Sabi ko, opo, matutuloy naman. No, hindi ka naman kailangan talagang pumunta. Sabi ko, opo, hindi ko po naman talaga kailangan pumunta. Pero sabi niya, o sige, anong oras mo gustong umalis? Sabi ko, pinapayagan niyo po ba ako? Oo, anong oras ka aalis? Sabi ko, 4 o'clock po. Okay, you may go. Just be back before 9 p.m. No, pinayagan niya ako. Naisip ko, if I had just persisted, kung kinulit-kulit ko lang siguro, baka napayagan ako ng mas maaga at hindi na ako nagtampo-tampo pa. You know, I remember this story because a few weeks ago, this priest came to me. At sabi niya sa akin, Reggie, magpapaalam ako ha. Magse-70th birthday yung ate ko sa US this November. Kaya magpapaalam sana ako na aalis ako ngayong November at pupunta ako ng US. Gustong-gusto kong sabihin sa kanya, Father, matutuloy naman yung birthday ng kapatid mo kahit wala ka, di ba? No? Pero syempre, hindi ko sinabi yon. My dear brothers and sisters, when life gives us something painful, when somebody says something insulting and offending, and when people reject and condemn us, let us remember this Canaanite woman. Jesus does not really expect us not to get hurt, but Jesus expects us that even when hurt, we will continue to be strong, faithful, and trusting. Even when rejected, we will continue to be humble. And even when misunderstood and opposed, we will continue to love.